Hello guys, today we're talking about gaming and why, at least in my opinion, gaming is dying, at least to me. As a former gamer, why I don't play video games anymore. I used to be made fun of for playing video games instead of sports. I never understood why I got made fun of. People said, oh, all you do is sit around anyways and play on, GameCube or Xbox 360. But playing video games is definitely much more better than the real world, and especially the evil sports, which I despise and I still despise to this day. But video games now suck. I know my brother still plays a handful of video games, but there's no good games anymore. Okay? No games worth buying. We're going over all the reasons why games now suck. Number one, bugs and glitches. This is the biggest reason. Bugs and glitches are present in all games. It's just annoying. It's just, why do we need all of it? What is the purpose of this? Okay, let's compare this generation to Xbox 360 and PS3 era. That was an era you didn't have to worry about all these bugs and glitches at once. Yeah, there was some stinkers like Sonic 06 and Alien Colonial Marines and Battlefield 4, but the stinkers started appearing at the end of this console generation. But during the console generation, for example, Halo 3, Halo Infinite, and Halo Reach all released within years of each other. And all didn't really have any major gameplay problems. And we had many games being released closer to each other. Number two, longer game development for who knows God reason. Let's just use Halo for example. Halo used to have games come out yearly or every other year. But ever since the Xbox One and PS5 came out, it just seems that games are taking longer to develop. Why? What is the point of this? For example, GTA. There were four other games before GTA 5. GTA 4 and GTA 5 both released in the same generation, but we still have no GTA 6. Many popular franchises that have many entries in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era have no games like Bioshock still, or one game like Borderlands. Borderlands had 3 games in the Xbox 360 and PS3 era. What was the point of waiting 5 years for a third game? You could have released a spin-off or something in between. What is the point of these longer development times? I know why Nintendo doesn't do this stuff, because they want to make the games last. I get they want to make the games have better legs. But it doesn't really help much, because most games tend to suck anyways. But because they say, oh, it's the power cell games and blah blah blah. We all know you fuckers are lying anyways. Cyberpunk 2077 is a prime example of this. Delay, delay, delay. We're going to fix bugs, we're going to fix glitches. The game was the buggiest piece of shit ever released. Okay? Mass Effect Andromeda, same thing as well. Delay, 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 delay. Game still sucks. Moving on. Number three, constant delays. Nobody needs these. For example, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Okay, why do we have to wait until 2023 to play Spider-Man 2? Okay, this is why there's no real winners in this console generation outside of Nintendo, because everything is just constant delays. Okay, Nintendo, Nintendo's releasing old Wii U games. Nintendo's so horrible. But at least Nintendo's games are expected to be good. They actually put effort, so we don't have to excuse them of not releasing certain games. Sony, they just want you to wait until 2023 to play a sequel to a heavily popular game. Why do you have to wait 2 years? Why does it say, oh yeah, 2022, the game's coming out 2022? It's because they want to fix, quote, bugs and glitches in the game, and they're not fixed anyways, and the game still sucks. The biggest victim of this is the Sonic franchise. Sonic is basically the dead horse of buggy and gritty games. Yeah, the dead horse, essentially, of buggy and gritty games, and terrible games. Sonic Boom Rise of Relic, and Sonic 06. Okay. But And number 4, most games are too long and too boring. Most games are like the minimum of 20 hours long. Yep, that's very long. Now, it used to be like 10 or 13 hours, which is kind of understandable. Now, 20 hours? Why 20 hours standard? It used to be 10 to 14 hours. It doesn't even do it that way. Wait, I know you could speedrun these games, but and again, most of these games are even longer than 20 hours are kind of just boring. And it's not interesting. There isn't really much interesting about it. There are very few games I actually found fun, and I still didn't even beat those games. Okay? Number 6. Games are too expensive. Now you have to pay $70 for a new game. You also have to pay 60 yearly fines if you even want to play a game outside of PC online. Yep. If you want to play your games online, you have to pay $60 a year. And if you're an old grown-up man, you already have to have a job. You have to, pay your bills. And you only have to pay $60 a year for these stupid companies. And $70 for freaking Madden 50. Okay? I don't want to pay $70 for the same game every year. Next is most games are the same anyways. People always criticize Madden, FIFA, and NBA for being the same game, but look at FPS games. Same fucking games. No real variety in them at all. You might have a few different mechanics here and there, but they're mostly the same fucking stuff. Nothing really innovative and nothing really new. I know games don't really need innovation to be fun, and I get that. But they're all the same fucking game, okay? And the worst is with sequels, okay? Why is it especially the worst is the NBA games and stuff. They're the same fucking games, okay? Same fucking games. And you're paying $70 for the same fucking games. The same fucking generic $70, the same fucking generic open world online game that, is probably going to be shut down for a year and no one's going to be playing it. Next is the overuse of online games. Most games require you to have online for some reason. You don't really have offline games really anymore except for single player experience games. Most games are just online multiplayer shooters and it gets old fast, okay? I think Overwatch is a game that definitely started. Overwatch and Destiny kind of started this whole trend. They are the forefathers of this trend. And Fortnite just blew this trend out of proportion. A lot of new games are just online shooters. Let's compare Halo to Overwatch. If Overwatch released in 2007 and was already only, this would be unacceptable, especially if the series war. Imagine if Halo 3 were the most anticipated games of all time. Released in same year as Overwatch, it only included multiplayer and excluded all story elements. Halo fans would be pissed because first of all you'd be waiting almost 10 more years for a very anticipated game, but we'd be cutting out the story just because, we don't want to make it because we want to focus our money on loot boxes instead. Like, who the hell fucking gives a fuck about loot boxes? They literally put in a story in the game, and you can't play it. And Overwatch just started this. Lots of other games continue this trend afterwards. Next is microtransactions. Loot boxes and various other microtransactions. Most games have become pay to win. Okay? Overwatch is just harmless cosmetics. Like, if you really want to pay to get that freaking Mercy skin, you can. But now, most games are pay to win. Why? You only have to pay fucking $70 on top of this. And now you tell me you have to pay more money to get in a good place of the game? Remember when games used to be simple and fun? Remember when games used to be good? Okay? That's why all my favorite... That's why all the games that I sometimes play are older games. Okay? Like, my DS doesn't really work anymore, but I would rather play that to play most of the games on the Xbox. And if I played a game on the Xbox, I would probably play a game like Minecraft. A game you don't really have to worry about microtransactions unless you want to buy modded maps. I don't know why they're not free. And even then, they still, and next, they ruin old games. Yep. They ruin old games. Also, forget about the Switch. That's why I forgot about the Switch. Well, the Switch has some pretty good games too, but unless it's Nintendo where they release the old games as they are, most of them usually ruin them with remakes and remasters, changing story for no reason, changing characters for no reason, other to appease some stupid idiots on Twitter, and just adding in microtransactions for no reason. Who wanted this? Who asked for this? No one. Because all the fucking developers are fucking greedy. Number Dex is there no good developers anymore besides Nintendo. The only company that makes quality games now is Nintendo, and that's because Nintendo is known for the quality. Most developers now, all they care about is milking you dry and making you pay for overpriced games that are not even that great. Even the developers like CD Projekt Red and Blizzard now suck. All game developers besides Nintendo and maybe indie developers. I don't even mention indie games because I don't play indie games. But, all of the major developers suck now. Okay? I don't fucking give a fuck about, Guardians of the Galaxy by Ubisoft or Avatar. I didn't even watch a single E3 conference besides Nintendo because Nintendo actually makes good fucking games. Okay? And, what good is there in? And I'm starting to wake up. AAA games, they just suck now. They are a fucking pile of motherfucking feces. Okay? And this is why video games, besides Nintendo, of course, suck now. Or to just make the title, why AAA games suck. And yep, there we go. So I know a lot of people gonna dislike this video, get angry. Oh, do you trust my Call of Duty NBA games and my beauty Battlefields? But it's true. It just seems that video games just now suck. And absolutely that's... But the PS5 somehow sold 10 million copies, and we're not supposed to question it. I wouldn't be surprised if the PS5 is selling just as poorly as the Xbox Series X. That's always has the advantage because it's more popular in Europe and Japan. So, yep, that's basically about this video. Goodbye.